Response theory is a more modern approach than classical test theory. This is a short video about item response theory. Item response theory makes a few different assumptions than classical test theory and also relies on more sophisticated math. We assume that the latent ability of a test taker is independent of the content of a test, and so it does not matter which items are used to estimate the test taker's ability. The items are also not random replicates of each other. They vary in difficulty, in discrimination, and in guessability. Here you see an example for an item in IRT. Here an example for a simple model in. Here an example for an item response theory based model. We have on the x-axis the achievement, so 0 would be the average, then we have -2, -2, -3, which should be very low ability over here, and then 1, 2, 3, very high ability over here. So that will be the achievement variable, a latent variable. Okay. Then on the y-axis we have the probability for a correct response. 0 is down here and 1 is up here. So this is one item, one question, and you can see as your ability increases, as your achievement increases, your chance to have a correct answer goes up. So the people with very low achievement have a 0 or very low probability of getting a correct response. People with very high ability have almost 100% probability to get a correct response. And then you can see here around the middle, your probabilities to have a correct response slowly increases. All right, and you can see the average achievement has about a 50% probability of correct response. Now there's two things to look at. One is, where is this curve located at, and what is the steepness of this curve? Let's look at another example. Right? So here you can see this curve actually starts at around 0.25, so at 25%. So why would this be, right? Even the very low achievers have a 25% chance of getting the item right. This is what's called the guessability. Right? Here we would have a multiple choice item with 4 answering options. And just by chance, even if you have no clue of what this question is all about, you could get the right answer. Then where we have the inflection point here, we can see how well does it distinguish between low achievers and high achievers. And then the location of this curve, where it's located at, reflects the item difficulty. Let's look at another. So here you see a series of different questions, right? Each curve is a different question. And you see for some of these, they have a guessability that's quite high, and some items have no guessability at all. Then we see some questions have a steeper discrimination. Maybe this one here is a little steeper, this one here, right? Whereas others are a little bit flatter. So this will be an easy item, and then as we go over here, they will be more difficult, right? Even the very high achiever, only about there's only about a 0.6 chance that you will get this item right. Whereas these easy ones, they get right. Then here, again, another example of different items and different guessability factors. And now here we can see for example, this pink one, this is very good at discriminating, right? If you'd have an ability of 1, you have almost no chance. Then just a little bit higher, 1.5, boom, you almost are going to have 100% chance of answering it right. And now let me explain to you how, the adaptive testing would work, right? Maybe you'd get the purple question. If you don't have it right, maybe we get you the green question. If you get the green question right, then we give you a blue question. And now we can figure out, well, your ability is somewhere around -1. Right? Same thing, we could go again, right? Let's start with the purple one. Let's say you get that right. Okay, maybe let's give you the gray one. Okay, if you get the gray one right, well, we'll give you the black one. And let's say you get the black one right, we figure out, well, you must be quite high up here. So with a few questions, we can determine where a person is at on this latent ability measure.